Recently I was incredibly fortunate to get the opportunity to interview Sir Peter Leitch, both for Making Sense of Marketing and also Insights into Success. Now, having had a little bit of time to reflect, I've decided to create 2 short videos to really summarise what were the key takeaways for me, which hopefully will help you to consolidate what you get out of those 2 interviews. So this first recording relates to Insights into Success. So the first key takeaway for me is that he's a truly amazing, inspirational man who's had an incredible journey. And he's the sort of person I really want to unearth in the Insights into Success series to really provide us all with both motivation and inspiration. You know, we too can do similar things if we really set our minds to it. Okay, the second key takeaway for me is to stay grounded. Don't buy into your own publicity. Remain humble and remember that none of us are foolproof. As soon as you start thinking that you're above everyone else, that's when things can start to go awry. Okay, number 3 is have a go. By having a go, you create opportunities and potentially make your own luck. Don't stand on the sidelines and complain that other people are lucky with their success when you haven't had a go yourself. And it's through having a go, through all that activity, that potentially things can start to go your way. But they won't always. You know, that's the thing. But if you have a go, that's the most important thing, and it's the only way you're ever going to be successful. Okay, number 4, nothing positive comes from a negative. You must turn negatives into positives. You know, he's had a lot of health issues. He's also had business issues, and he suffers from dyslexia. But he's always chosen to look on the positive. And in fact, with his dyslexia, he cites that as one of the key reasons why he's become successful. So he turned what could have been a negative into a positive. Number 5, what is done is done. Look forward, not backwards. He's a big believer in this. He doesn't think you should be looking back and pulling yourself down, contemplating what's happened in the past. Just think about where you're going from here on in. So always look forward. Number 6, don't be scared to ask questions. He was okay to be the dummy in the room and ask questions. That's how he learnt and got the benefit of the new knowledge. So because of his dyslexia, he thought that he was dumb, although he's not, and because of that, he just accepted that he needed to ask more questions than maybe other people in order to understand things. But the reality is a lot of the other people probably didn't understand a lot, that they were hearing either. But he, because of his dyslexia, chose to speak up. And because of that, he got the benefit of expanding his knowledge base. So don't be scared to ask questions. Number 7, in a stressful situation, reach out for help. There is no shame in getting help. Don't be ashamed if you fail. Shame only comes from not giving it a go. Failure is just one step on the journey to success. Your life is worth more than money. Money can be replaced, but your life can't. And really, that's an important message. He did have a short period of time when he was in a dark space and did very momentarily contemplate, doing something drastic, but thankfully he didn't. And it's a really important message for us all. Don't be scared to get help. None of us are perfect, none of us have all the answers, and if you need help, reach out for it. And don't be ashamed if you fail, because if you fail, you've at least had a go. Whereas if you don't bother to try, you may not have failed, but you haven't been brave enough to have a go. So priority is have a go, but always get help if you need it. Okay, number 8, you need to be mentally tough. Okay, you do need to be prepared for the knocks because they will come. So you've got to be quite bulletproof. And again, don't expect that you have to be perfect. Get help if you need a bit of help. But you do need to have, a good degree of resilience because, running a business is not easy and you won't always have it going your way. You will have ups and downs. Okay, number 9, be passionate in what you are doing. Passion will get you through difficult circumstances. It's really important. If your sole motivation is to make money, then I'm not saying you can't succeed, but your chances of success are that much less. It's that passion that will get you through difficult circumstances. He was passionate about, being a butcher. So because of that, he loved what he's doing. That meant that he could push through in difficult circumstances and ultimately succeed. But if you don't really like what you're doing, then when things get tough, chances are you're probably going to fail because you're just not going to have that commitment. Number 10, be well-rounded to be fulfilled. Now, Peter is well-rounded, so he feels fulfilled. And when I was speaking to Peter, he talked to me about a friend that he had off screen. And he said about this individual who he said is hugely successful, is worth a lot of money. He's not well known, but he's very, very successful. But he said the thing with this individual is he's always chasing more money. And it's not because he's greedy, it's just the challenge of the chase. And so therefore he never feels totally content. Whereas Peter doesn't feel like that. And when you look at his book, I think it's called What a Ride, he feels very content. And he feels content, I think, because he's well-rounded. Because not just has he been successful in business, but he's also made a point of doing other things like helping charities and helping the sport of rugby league. So he's had a very well-rounded life. The money on its own is not enough. Okay, so be well-rounded to be fulfilled. And number 11, this is my final key takeaway that I got, is business is a journey. Be prepared for the ups and downs. The greatest challenges will probably teach you the most. You don't typically meet with overnight success. Embrace the challenges. And this is one of the real key messages I want to get through this series to people, because unfortunately in the media often they talk about the successes but don't talk about all the challenges these people have gone through along the way. That's not real. The reality is there will be lots of challenges, but that's when you learn the most, and that's when you can achieve the greatest gains, become stronger, and be even more on target for your ultimate goal of success. Even though it might not seem it at the time, but if everything goes swimmingly well, that could well mean that you're actually a lot further away from success than what you actually think, because you're not pushing the envelope to really get ahead and make a difference. Okay, so that's it. That's my key takeaways from the Insights into Success interview. And again, I'd just like to reiterate, he's an amazing man. It was a great experience. He's every bit that I thought he might be, and possibly more. And certainly someone, I think, for us all to look up to and admire.